learned previously that as developing AI applications becomes easier, complementary roles expand. How does this apply to the field of testing?
If you remember my application, agentic application, one part of it, the last part was generating summary. How do I know whether the summary is good? Which summary is good? If I use multiple LLMs, each one generated a different summary. How do I know which one is good? Interestingly, the current metrics are very rudimentary. For example, the one of the very popular metrics is called this chatbot arena. There are multiple places where you can see these chatbot arenas, but Hugging Face is a very popular chatbot arena. So there you see currently today Google Gemini score is 1448, ChatGPT score is 1411. Gemini is leading over ChatGPT. But really, what is this 1448? What is this 1411? What does this even mean? Well, this is exactly the same strategy that is used in giving ratings to chess players. It's called ELO rating. Now, I also don't understand the exact functioning of the ELO rating, but let us use this tool to understand what it essentially could mean. So if one player has a elo rating of 1448, another player has a elo rating of 1411, the difference is 37. What does that mean? The winner, in this case Google, is expected to give a better answer 55% of the times. 17% of the times they are expected to give similar answers. This is the draw. And 28% of the times ChatGPT is expected to give better answer. Now, so 45% chance that 55% chance that Google wins, 45% chance that Google draws or loses. Now, what does that even mean? How do we even know what is a better answer? Well, actually humans ask prompts, look at the answers and rate them. So there can be many biases here. So if I take confidence interval, the scores are even closer, right? If I look at, if let's say this is at its best case, which is 1412, this is at its worst case, 1436. That's even closer, this thing. And what is worse, these rankings are changing every month, every week. So really, this is of no use for you to understand. So if you go back and tell how good is the summary, you say ELO rating is 1448, the business user will not have a clue. On the other hand, you have to develop your own metrics. Hey, you have to have some human written essays, look at all the facts that are covered in a CEO thing, and sort of compare your ChatGPT answers or your Google answers with this gold standard and tell factually what percentage of facts are covered. That's one aspect. Style is, when I am summarizing, too concise is not good either, or too verbose is also not good. So I need to measure some kind of, come up with some rule system. Hey, if there are 20 important sentences, the summary should be anywhere between 18 to 22 sentences, something like that, human set rules. Grammar corrections are important. And one of my students was saying another thing that tells how good a summary is to see how sentences are developing from each other, how nicely the paragraph is evolving. So I need to look at the correlation between two adjoining sentences. That should be high throughout, and so on and so forth. See, just that last part, how good it is to create a system, a framework to measure that itself is a month or month and a half job. So previously we were not making AI do things as complex as this. So a metric was a lot more easier in the past, whereas now it's unbelievably complicated. You need a specialist in designing metrics.
Wow, even something as seemingly simple as assessing an AI generated summary requires a lot of thought to come up with the right metrics for said assessment. Thanks for that insight, Dr. Mosi.